Hey, what is up guys, it's Justin here, and today I've got the unboxing and first look for you of the new Samsung Galaxy S5. The S4 was a very successful phone for Samsung, and you will definitely be able to tell that they have tried to keep many things rather similar to the S4, however they had made slight improvements in many categories with the new S5. And although some of the changes to the look and design of the device may not be desirable for everyone, they do definitely serve a purpose, and I'll go into that more in this video. And of course, being Samsung's flagship smartphone for 2014, this definitely features some top-end specs. The version I've got here is the international 8-core version without LTE, but the North American version that a lot of you will be picking up on the April 11th release is the Snapdragon 801 model. It also features a 16 megapixel camera with 4K video recording capability, a full HD Super AMOLED display that measures in at 5.1 inches, and it is said to be amazing by the way, and also a 2800 mAh battery. So enough of that, let's go ahead and open up the Samsung Galaxy S5. So first we're just going to cut off the tape on these sides. So let's just lift up the box here, and we're first greeted with the Samsung Galaxy S5. So taking that out, you can see that the device definitely does seem reminiscent of its predecessor. However, the bezels are slightly larger, and it features a 5.1 inch display, the same plastic metal edge that we saw before, and a now new perforated back that some people may like and others may not, and also your heart rate sensor and rear facing camera. And Samsung's also wanted to make this device in general more durable with the IP67 rating, which could be why the bezels are a little bit wider to make it so that the screen is a little bit more durable, and also the fact that it is somewhat water sealed with the back cover. So there we've got our instruction manual quick start guide. It doesn't seem like there's much to it. Let's just set that aside and move on. The next thing we've got is a set of earbuds. They seem rather good quality. I haven't actually tested them out yet, but I will let you guys know about that. Moving on, of course, you've also got your USB to wall AC adapter for charging. Nothing too interesting about that. We've seen those before. And the last thing is the standard USB cable. However, you do know that the Samsung Galaxy S5 has USB 3.0 support for faster charging and syncing, and there is now also a flap going over the port, part of the IP67 water resistance certification. So finally, we've got all those things out of the way. Let's go ahead and power up the Samsung Galaxy S5 for the very first time. I'm going to walk you guys through the whole setup process and also show you guys the interface, the TouchWiz UI, and some of the changes that they have made in the software with the Samsung Galaxy S5. So of course it does run Android 4.4 KitKat. In fact, it ships with that. So the first thing they're going to ask you is the language. So of course in my case I speak English, and you can also edit your accessibility settings at this point. We're just going to move forward with that, and you can also insert your SIM card at this point. However, you do not have to, as this is the international model. And the next step is, if you prefer to, you can connect to a network right now. For me, I just connected that to my network, and ironically the name is JTech Apple. And let's just move forward in that, and the next option is to set the time. In most cases, you just set that as automatic. You also have the option to send in diagnostic data and stuff like that to Samsung. And let's just not sign into any of my Google accounts right now, just to speed up the process and not waste your time. And you can also set the name of your device. And after you've completed that, the next step is to decide whether you want to sign into your Samsung account, which in my case I will not be doing. And also you get free 50 gigabytes of Dropbox storage for 2 years if you sign in on your Galaxy S5. And there's your device name, and if you want to, you can also turn on easy mode at this point, but I'm sure a lot of you will not be doing that. And there we go. They also tell you to check your battery cover to make sure it is water resistant, as I did say some parts of it are water sealed. So now that we've completed the setup process, let's take a first look at the Samsung Galaxy S5. Of course it does run TouchWiz, and you can see that the quick toggle settings are at the top. You can also edit those, and with the settings menu you see that everything has somewhat changed. They've kind of just gone for a rounded icon layout instead of the list layout, which could be more visually appealing for some. You can also set it to different views if that makes things any easier. So it really comes down to personal preference with that. And there you've also got your recent running apps and also your RAM information. So we've closed all that off, and you also have something called My Magazine, which is kind of reminiscent of where Google Now will be placed on a Nexus phone, and also where BlinkFeed is placed on the HTC One, for example, which definitely shares its similarities as to your having a somewhat flipboard layout on your menu, and you can pretty much go to settings and add all the different sources that you may want on your My Magazine. There's just some settings to be able to move around your quick toggle settings that you may want on the top. But in general, of course, it does stay rather similar. However, there are some changes made to it which I'll go into more detail in a future video. Taking a closer look at the back and its perforated design, I personally find that the perforated design looks fine on the white or the blue, but in many cases I wasn't actually a huge fan of it, although it does give it a less slippery feel as opposed to the S5. And of course, you can also take off the back and access some of your battery, your SIM card, and your micro SD. You've also got your 16 megapixel rear facing camera capable of recording 4K video, 2 megapixel front facing camera, and also the new heart rate sensor, Samsung trying to encourage their S Health. On the front, of course, you've got your Full HD Super AMOLED display that measures in at 5.1 inches, so it is slightly larger, and this was rated to be the best display on any smartphone, and I definitely think it looks very vibrant from first looks. But aside from that, this has just been an unboxing and a quick first look of the new Samsung Galaxy S5. Be sure to leave a thumbs up in this video if you enjoyed it. I'll definitely be bringing you guys my regular comparisons, tests, and other videos that you may want to see, so be sure to leave your requests down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.